While it's not quite the end of the year, next year's calendar begins to fill up. Between family celebrations, business trips, project deadlines, and vacations, this could cause calendar conflicts if we're not careful. But maybe you're watching this and thinking, wouldn't it be nice if we could just wake up and have a productive day without having a plan? It sounds liberating, but that's just not how it works. In fact, back in 2017, Shark Tank's Robert Herjavec told CNBC that he always tries to plan at least 12 months ahead. He said that planning allows him to manage his time, prioritize, and maximize his time. So if you're ready to start planning a year ahead like a millionaire, keep on watching. 1. Start with a review. Though it can sound daunting, reviewing the past year can guide you in knowing what to add to your calendar as well as what can be left out. Here are some suggestions to start with. Highlight 3 significant achievements and 3 areas for improvement. Reflect on how you spent your time. What activities aligned with your goals and what did not. Mark your calendar with important dates, meetings, and deadlines that you already know about. You could also look at your past calendar to see if there are recurring entries that should be scheduled, like quarterly meetings or haircut appointments. Determine what you need to prioritize for your overall health and well-being. Book doctor's appointments and leave space for hobbies, vacation, or volunteering. Since you don't want to overwhelm yourself here, you don't have to be extremely specific. Even a general idea is sufficient in helping you to map out your year in advance. 2. Make a plan. Where do you want to be on the 31st of September of next year? Reflect on the goals that you hope to have reached. Identifying this allows you to plan the steps you need to take to reach that destination. Examples could be the skills you need to develop or strengthen, or potentially even the need to work with a mentor. On top of that, it can help you pinpoint potential roadblocks so that you can develop a plan B or C. 3. Create a not-to-do list. This strategy is especially useful for people who battle with the self-discipline to say no to low-value tasks. A not-to-do list can help to eliminate low-value tasks and bad habits from your life so that you don't have to weigh the pros and cons, be in a dilemma, or whether or not you should make an exception or feel guilty for saying no. Some examples would be tasks you constantly find yourself doing, but that could have been outsourced, delegated, or deleted. Activities that drain you emotionally, other people's priorities, and unnecessary meetings. 4. Arm yourself with the right tools. It's only through the use of the right tools that you're going to stay organized. In my case, I use a blend of tools. I use the Notes app to note down ideas, the ClickUp app to keep track of my goals, the Microsoft To-Do app to have a great overview of all my to-dos, and last but not least, the Google Calendar app to keep my life organized. It doesn't matter how many or which apps you use. What matters is that you use apps that can help you to keep your life well organized. 5. Don't fill in every blank. You don't have to schedule every single minute of every day. Not only would that be an utterly tedious undertaking, but that also wouldn't grant you flexibility. After all, no matter how much we try, life is unpredictable. We need to have some wiggle room in our calendar to address these last-minute occurrences. Besides having blank spaces to handle the unexpected, scheduling your free time can pull you away from having some quality me time because you're consumed with sticking to your schedule. Apart from the tools I've shared in this video, what other tools do you find helpful in keeping your life organized and your goals on track? I'd love to hear from you in the comments below.